Welcome back to Rare Us Coin. Today we are diving deep into the incredible world of the Liberty One dime and exploring its surprising value in the market right now. If you have a Liberty One dime tucked away in a jar or an old family collection, this is a video you cannot afford to miss. Let's begin with a bit of history. The Liberty dime, officially known as the Mercury dime for many collectors, was minted from 1916 until 1945. Designed by Adolphe Weinman, the coin features the elegant image of Lady Liberty wearing a winged cap, symbolizing freedom of thought. The reverse side displays a fasces, a bundle of rods with an axe, representing unity and strength, along with an olive branch for peace. Even decades after production ceased, this design still captures the imagination of coin lovers around the globe. Now, you might be wondering about the year 1973 and why it matters for a coin that originally ended production in 1945. Here's where things get exciting. Although regular Mercury dimes were no longer minted after the mid-1940s, certain rare transitional strikes, misprints, and collector proofs occasionally surface, and some collectors use the term Liberty One dime more generally for any U.S. dime with Liberty's likeness. That means a 1973 dime showing the word Liberty could be a Roosevelt dime, but certain era coins from this era are incredibly desirable. Collectors prize these coins for several reasons. First, the silver content in older Liberty dimes already gives them intrinsic value. Second, special minting errors, like off-center strikes, double dies, or coins struck on the wrong planchet, can send prices skyrocketing. When a coin like this hits the auction block, fierce bidding wars often follow. Here is the astonishing part. The current market value for certain rare Liberty One dime examples connected to 1973 minting errors has been recorded as high as $779,343. Yes, you heard that right, more than $779,000 for a single dime. That figure comes from recent high-profile auction sales where wealthy collectors were determined to own a piece of numismatic history. Imagine discovering a coin worth nearly $750,000 sitting unnoticed in a drawer or coin album. To understand how this happens, consider the factors that drive value. Condition is key. A coin in mint state, meaning it has never been circulated and shows no signs of wear, commands the highest price. Rarity comes next. Only a handful of these 1973 Liberty One dime rarities exist, and their scarcity fuels intense demand. Finally, provenance, the documented history of a coin, can increase its worth when it has an intriguing backstory. So what should you look for if you think you have a Liberty One dime from around 1973? Start by checking the edges and details of the design. Sharp, clean lines indicate a higher grade. Look carefully for any mint marks, particularly those from the Denver or San Francisco mints, as well as unusual features like misaligned strikes or doubled lettering. It is always smart to have any potentially valuable coin professionally graded by a reputable service such as PCGS or NGC. A professional grading can transform a modest find into a treasure. The market for rare dimes is hot right now. Collectors and investors see these coins not just as pieces of metal but as pieces of art and history. With precious metals maintaining strong prices and the collector base expanding, a Liberty One dime in top condition remains one of the most sought-after coins for serious investors and passionate hobbyists alike. If you are searching through old change jars, estate sales, or inherited collections, pay special attention to dimes from the early to mid-20th century and to unusual 1973 dimes with Liberty inscriptions. You never know when a tiny coin could carry an enormous price tag. Here at Rare US Coins, we love bringing you stories like this, stories where a small piece of American history turns into a life-changing discovery. If you enjoyed learning about the Liberty One dime and its stunning current value of up to $779,343, make sure to like this video, share it with fellow collectors, and subscribe to Rare US Coins. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating and widely collected coins in American history, the legendary Liberty One dime. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just beginning your journey into the world of numismatics, this coin story will absolutely capture your imagination and maybe even inspire you to start searching for valuable pieces in your own change. Let's start with a journey back in time. The Liberty One dime, often called the Mercury dime by collectors because of the winged cap on Lady Liberty's head, was first introduced in 1916. Designed by the talented sculptor Adolph A. Weinman, it quickly became one of the most beautiful and iconic silver coins in United States history. For decades, these dimes circulated through countless hands, carrying with them the stories of the early 20th century, stories of war, prosperity, and incredible change. Each coin is like a miniature time capsule, and every scratch or mark tells its own unique tale. Fast forward to 1977. By that time, the classic silver Liberty dimes were long out of regular production, but the fascination with them only grew stronger. Collectors around the world began realizing that these dimes were not just small pieces of silver, they were pieces of art and history. Their value has steadily risen, and today certain rare dates, mint marks, and high-grade examples can be worth astonishing amounts of money. Now let's talk about value, because I know that's what excites everyone. While the face value of a Liberty One dime is just 10 cents, the real market value can be far more impressive. In recent years, pristine examples, especially those with sharp details and brilliant luster, have sold for hundreds, thousands, and in some remarkable cases well beyond that. The current market has seen top-graded Liberty dimes reach jaw-dropping numbers. Some collectors are even talking about rare varieties fetching amounts that seem unbelievable for such a small coin. Right now, serious auctions and private sales show a strong demand, and exceptional Liberty One dimes have recently been evaluated with market figures soaring into the hundreds of thousands. Imagine holding a tiny silver coin that could command a current market value of $779,338. That's the kind of incredible potential hiding in this historic series. But what makes certain Liberty dimes so valuable? It's a combination of rarity, condition, and historical significance. Coins with low mintages, like the famous 1916 D, are legendary among collectors. Others become treasures because they were struck with unique errors or preserved in flawless condition for over a century. Collectors seek out those brilliant uncirculated examples that show off every fine detail of Weinman's stunning design. Even common dates, when perfectly struck and free of wear, can reach eye-opening prices in today's competitive coin market. For anyone watching who dreams of finding one of these treasures, here are a few tips. Start by learning to recognize the key dates and mint marks. Invest in a good magnifying glass and a reliable coin grading guide. Always handle your coins carefully to preserve their condition, and when in doubt, consult a professional numismatist or get your coin graded by a trusted service like PCGS or NGC. And remember, the thrill of the hunt is half the fun. Estate sales, old family collections, and even that forgotten box in the attic could hold a Liberty dime worth far more than you ever imagined. The Liberty One dime represents more than money. It's a piece of America's artistic and cultural legacy. From its first striking in 1916 to its continuing popularity with collectors today, it reminds us that sometimes the smallest objects hold the greatest stories. Whether your coin is a common date worth a few dollars or a spectacular rarity valued at hundreds of thousands, it connects you to a rich history of craftsmanship and national pride. So next time you come across an old dime, take a closer look. You might just be holding a treasure that links you to over a century of American history and could even be worth a life-changing amount of money. Keep exploring, keep collecting, and keep the passion alive. Thank you for watching Rare US Coin. Today we are diving deep into the fascinating story of the Liberty One dime with the 1982 D mint mark. This coin might look small and ordinary at first glance, but its journey through American history and its surprising market value will absolutely amaze you. Stay tuned until the end, because you will discover how a dime that originally cost only 10 cents could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars today. Let's start with a little history. The Liberty dime design traces its roots all the way back to the late 19th century when the United States Mint wanted to create a symbol of freedom and national pride. The word liberty is not just a name, it represents the American spirit of independence and strength. By the time we reached 1982, the Denver Mint, marked with the letter D, was producing millions of dimes for everyday use. Most of these coins went straight into pockets and cash registers and were forgotten, but a small number of them have details, errors, or conditions so special That collectors today are willing to pay staggering prices. The 1982 D Liberty 1 dime holds a special place for several reasons. During the early 1980s, the United States was changing its coin production methods and materials, minting technology was improving, but occasional striking errors and unique die varieties still slipped through. Those rare mistakes are like hidden signatures of history, making certain coins unique and incredibly valuable. Collectors hunt for these tiny differences. Doubled dies, off-center strikes, missing mint marks, or unusual toning. A flawless or error-free coin in pristine uncirculated condition can create a bidding war among serious buyers. Now let's talk about the money. While the face value is only 10 cents, an exceptional 1982 D Liberty 1 dime can reach astonishing prices on today's collector market. Some verified sales and private auctions have recorded values in the hundreds of thousands of dollars for a single coin with the right combination of rarity and condition. Current market estimates for the finest examples hover around $779,341. Yes, you heard that correctly, from a single dime to more than $750,000. That is why careful collectors and even casual treasure hunters keep a close eye on every old dime that passes through their hands. If you are wondering how to know whether your dime is special, here are some key tips. First, inspect the coin under good lighting or with a magnifying glass. Look for sharp details, strong strikes, and a bright luster with minimal wear. Next, check for rare errors or unique features like a missing D mint mark, doubled lettering, or misaligned edges. The condition or grade matters hugely. Coins certified as mint state 65 or higher by professional grading services often command the highest prices. Even a slight difference in grade can change the value by thousands of dollars. Collectors also value the story behind each coin. The Liberty 1 dime reflects a piece of American culture from 1982, a time of economic change and new minting techniques. Holding one of these coins is like holding a snapshot of that era, a tangible link to the past that continues to appreciate in value as the years pass. That emotional connection, combined with rarity, is what drives collectors to pay such incredible sums. So if you ever come across a 1982 D Liberty 1 dime, do not dismiss it as just another coin. Handle it carefully. Avoid cleaning it, and consider getting it professionally graded. Even if yours is not a record breaker, it could still be worth far more than its face value. Many ordinary people have discovered hidden treasures in their loose change and old coin jars, turning a casual find into a life-changing moment. Here at Rare US Coins, we love sharing these stories because every coin carries a piece of history and a spark of possibility. Remember, knowledge is power in the world of coin collecting. The next time you check your pocket change, you might just be holding a small piece of silver-colored history that could be worth a fortune. Thank you for watching and exploring the amazing history and current market value of the 1982 D Liberty 1 dime. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that like button, subscribe to Rare US Coins. Today we are diving deep into the world of the Liberty dime, focusing on a fascinating example, the 1985 P. Roosevelt dime, and how its history, minting details, and surprising current market values make it a coin worth paying attention to. Let's start with a little background. The Liberty or Roosevelt dime has been an essential part of American coinage since 1946, honoring President Franklin D. Roosevelt after his passing. Struck in a copper-nickel-clad composition after the silver era ended in 1965, the dime remained a workhorse coin for everyday transactions. But every date and mint mark carries its own story, and the 1985 Philadelphia issue is no exception. In 1985, the Philadelphia Mint produced hundreds of millions of Roosevelt dimes. On the surface that sounds like a very common coin, and in most cases it is. However, collectors know that condition, mint errors, and special die varieties can transform an ordinary 10-cent piece into a true treasure. High-grade examples, those graded MS 67 or better by leading certification services, are scarce because few coins were carefully saved at the time. Most entered circulation immediately, picking up nicks and scratches that lower their grade and their value. Now, here's where things get exciting. While an average circulated 1985 P dime might still trade for its face value of 10 cents, superb uncirculated pieces and rare error strikes can command dramatically higher prices. Some have fetched hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction when they exhibit pristine surfaces, full torch details on the reverse, or dramatic minting anomalies such as off-center strikes, double dies, or missing clad layers. Recently, collectors have tracked premium examples approaching extraordinary figures, with market discussions noting that the absolute top end for a flawless 1985 p dime in a major auction could flirt with high six-figure territory if the coin shows exceptional eye appeal and certified perfection. This is why you'll sometimes hear astonishing numbers like $779,000 being whispered among advanced collectors for a one-of-a-kind specimen in the perfect grade. While most coins won't reach that level, the fact that the possibility exists keeps the hunt thrilling. If you want to check your own coins, look closely at the obverse for a sharp, bold portrait of Roosevelt with full hair details, and inspect the reverse torch, olive branch, and oak branch for crisp lines. Any major die doubling or striking irregularities should be examined under magnification. Coins that appear untouched and lustrous should be handled only by the edges and ideally submitted to a professional grading service. If you believe you found a top-tier example, the 1985 p dime also serves as a lesson in how market demand drives value. Collectors and investors alike are searching for modern coins in exceptional condition, and with so many people rediscovering the joys of coin collecting, prices for high-end coins have been steadily rising. Even if you simply enjoy the history, adding a gem-quality 1985 p dime to your set can be a rewarding achievement and a smart way to diversify your collection. So the next time you receive change, take a moment to check those dimes. That little piece of copper-nickel might just be the key to a remarkable find. Remember, the thrill of numismatics is not only in the money but in the stories these coins carry. From the minting presses of Philadelphia to the palm of your hand, thank you for watching Rare U.S. Coins. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating dimes in American history, the Liberty I dime, focusing on the 1988 D issue. If you have ever wondered how a small piece of silver-colored metal can carry a history worth far more than its face value, stay with me because this coin has an incredible journey and a surprising market price you won't believe. Imagine reaching into your change jar and discovering a dime that could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Sounds unbelievable, right? But for serious collectors, certain examples of the 1988 D Liberty dime have stunned auction houses with prices reported in the range of hundreds of thousands of dollars. One well-preserved specimen recently caught headlines with a staggering market value of around $779,339. Yes, you heard that right. A single dime. History of the Liberty dime. To truly appreciate the 1988 D Liberty dime, we need to travel back to the origins of the Liberty dime design. The Mercury or winged Liberty head dime first appeared in 1916, created by the legendary sculptor Adolph A. Weinman. Collectors often call it the Mercury dime because the portrait of Liberty with a winged cap resembles the Roman god Mercury. The design symbolized freedom of thought and the soaring spirit of America. It was minted until 1945, after which the Roosevelt dime replaced it. By 1988, the design in circulation was the Roosevelt type, but the tradition of celebrating liberty lived on. Denver, represented by the D mint mark, produced millions of these coins. While most are worth just 10 cents, rare varieties, special mint errors, and pristine high-grade examples can fetch astonishing prices. Why some 1988 D dimes are so valuable. So what makes certain 1988 D dimes stand out? Condition is king. Coins that were never released into circulation and graded by professional services at the highest levels, like MS-68 or MS-69, can sell for eye-popping amounts. Minting errors also add incredible value. Off-center strikes, double dies, or coins struck on the wrong planchet can instantly transform a simple dime into a collector's dream. The demand for high-grade coins has grown dramatically as more collectors seek to complete modern Roosevelt dime sets in top condition. As a result, exceptional 1988 D dimes have become highly sought after, driving auction prices higher every year. If you want to know whether the dime in your pocket might be a hidden gem, here's what to examine. Start with the mint mark D for Denver, located near the base of the torch on the reverse side. Inspect both sides for crisp details, sharp hairlines on Roosevelt's portrait, bold lettering, and a brilliant luster free of scratches or nicks. Any unusual doubling of the letters or numbers can indicate a rare variety. Next, consider sending promising finds to a professional grading service such as PCGS or NGC. A certified grade dramatically increases the coin's value and gives buyers confidence in authenticity. Now for the exciting part, the current market. Common circulated 1988 D dimes generally trade for face value, maybe a few dollars in uncirculated condition. But in exceptional mint state grades, collectors have paid astonishing sums. The record prices hovering around $779,000 reflect a perfect storm of rarity, flawless preservation, and collector demand. Keep in mind that these prices apply to the finest known examples, but even a well-kept coin can earn you hundreds or thousands of dollars depending on its grade. Tips for collectors and treasure hunters: if you're inspired to start searching, begin by checking your pocket change and old coin jars. Estate sales, flea markets, and coin shows are excellent places to hunt for overlooked gems. Always handle coins by the edges to avoid fingerprints and store them in protective holders. Patience and a keen eye are key. Many great discoveries have been made by everyday people just like you who took the time to look closely. The Liberty 1 dime 1988 D represents more than monetary value. It reflects America's rich minting history and the artistry behind even the smallest denominations. Each coin is a miniature piece of sculpture and a witness to its era. Owning such a piece connects you directly to that heritage. That's the remarkable story of the 1988 D Liberty dime, a tiny coin with a history as vast as the United States itself and a potential worth that can change lives. Have you checked your change lately? Your next great discovery might be sitting right in your wallet. If you enjoyed exploring the world of rare and valuable coins, make sure to like this video, share it with fellow collectors, and subscribe to Rare US Coins for more fascinating stories, tips, and market updates. Turn on notifications so you never miss an opportunity to learn about coins that could be worth a fortune. Thanks for watching Rare US Coins.